first appointment. I got my Zolodox shot today. Again, it's once a month, but now I've been told I will be getting my port this week once my drains are out on Thursday, and I will be starting chemotherapy as early as next week. I think they said on the 17th, and it'll be 20 weeks with treatment every 2 weeks, so about 5 months of that, and I won't be able to have my reconstructive surgery until after I'm done with chemo. So yeah. Try to go higher. Stop. You got it. There you go. Almost. Done. Got my drains out today, and I am super happy and excited and more comfortable. I'm wearing my t-shirt again. Like, I don't have to wear the button-ups, only for like appointments, but just, oh my gosh, I feel so good. I feel so comfortable. I don't have to like worry about it pulling, and I honestly cannot wait to go to bed tonight. I love this thing. I truly do. It's been amazing for me. But at this point, at the last 2 weeks, it's been uncomfortable, and I can't wait to cuddle with my body pillow, lay on my side. You guys have no idea how excited I am, and such joy today. So today I had my radiation doctor appointment, and after that I had chemotherapy education. Radiation doctor, it sounds like I'll have radiation, but that won't be final till after chemo if my oncologist thinks that I need radiation afterwards. And then chemo education, pretty much telling me all the medications that will be going in my body, the side effects, and pretty much showing me where I will be having chemo, like the area where everyone sits and all that, the things that they give you, and pretty much it.
Tell your mama you'll be alone. I'll be working all Because like they're like when they're 80 years old, and I'm like, no, it'll be.
This will be 2100.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to you.
I thought that I was going to dress. That was perfect. That was.
Just be like, down and put on the flash.
So this is my aftercare. Each band-aid is for, these two are for the holes that my drains were in, and these two, this one and this one, are for the stitches. I would say where my nipples were, because the stitches are still out of my skin. And the Vaseline, he told me to put Vaseline so they would keep be moisturized, keep them moist so they wouldn't crack or get like that crusty stuff around them, and the Q-tips are to spread that Vaseline around. So this is pretty much like my after shower daily switching out my band-aids type thing.
Jessica here. On a so much happier note, but I did have a few appointments this past week. I'm trying to remember, sorry, my train of thought. Yes, I did have a few appointments last week. The first appointment was on Tuesday with my oncologist, and that was pretty much going over the pathology results from my surgery, because I hadn't seen him since my surgery, I believe. Yeah. So this is my first time seeing him after my surgery. And so pretty much I will be getting chemo, and it's going to be 20 weeks I will be getting chemo. But within those 20 weeks, it's going to be every other week. So I'll have chemo 1 week, the following week I won't. Next week I'll have chemo, following week I won't. So it's what's the word? Alternating. There we go. So it'll be alternating that, and I have it's 3 medications that I will be having. Oh, there it is. And then along with finding out that I needed to do chemo, I did actually I'll just keep going with this, but then on Friday I had my chemotherapy education, and that was pretty much like going over each medication that I will be doing. I believe I have 3 different medications. Adriamycin, cytoxan, Taxol. Sorry, I have the papers and there's such hard words to pronounce without looking at it, but there's 3 medications that I will be having chemotherapy with. The first one is called adriamycin. I have no idea. Adriamycin. And that's going to be 1 to 4 cycles of it, or 4 cycles of it. Then the next one is cytoxan. I'm pretty sure it's cytoxan. That's another 4 cycles of that one. And then Taxol, 4 to 8 cycles. And the Taxol is also called paclitaxel. Yeah. And that's 4 to 8 cycles. So those are the 3 medications I will be doing for chemotherapy in those 20 weeks. And that's what he said, that it's those 3. Talking about the side effects and everything like that. I don't feel like I'm tall enough. Oh, but and then that Thursday, Yeah, that Thursday. How could I forget this? That Thursday, I got my drains out. I sure did. I did. Sorry, I am so happy. And that's also another reason why you see a big mood change, because those drains, they're good like in the first few weeks of like after the surgery and all that, but just like in those last few weeks they get so frustrating. They're honestly such a downer in the last few weeks, because you just feel so constricted. You feel so like the word constricted. You feel like you can't do anything, you can't move around, you have to be cautious all the time. The stitches start hurting when it pulls, because your body starts pushing out the drains, like, okay, we need to heal now, so we don't need this thing in your body anymore. So I would feel the pain of that every now and then, of it pushing it out. And Thursday finally got them out, and oh my gosh, it was the best feeling ever. And when I came in my button up, and as you can see, I'm wearing my t-shirts again, and I'm so happy because if anybody knows me, I'm a t-shirt girl. So those button ups, they were convenient, they were very helpful, they were the best shirts, button up shirts you could have after a double mastectomy. But just after a while, they're just so, like I said, they made me feel so huge. But I'm so glad I'm back in my t-shirts. And but I had my button up, my regular button up that I had for coming into this to get my drains removed. And then after the drains were removed, my sister was about to give me my button up shirt. And I was like, no, I don't want that shirt. And so I put it in my bag, and I pulled out my t-shirt. I was like, I came prepared, and I put my t-shirt on, and I have never felt so complete in my life. But I'm just so happy. And I did do a video of how I was gonna sleep in my bed after a while, but that day I ended up sleeping on the whole wedge contour pillow thing, because I have to admit I was kind of pushing the limit on trying to sleep on my side and on like without that and sitting upright. But I had just got the drains removed, my sides were a bit sore, and I found that out when I tried laying on my side. And I got really frustrated. I was so mad because I had already put the whole contour bed thing away, and then finding out I have to end up still using it a little bit. And so I got so mad. But last night I ended up sleeping on my bed on my side, so that's working out. But one thing that's been very frustrating lately is, I don't know if I'm developing insomnia or something like that, or maybe not insomnia, I'm just having trouble going to sleep. Like it'll get time to go to bed, and my body knows, like, okay, and mentally I'm like, okay, I'm tired, like I'm so drained today, I need to go to bed. And when I get in bed, my body just starts to feel anxious, and it's like, no, we need to get up, we need to move, I don't want to, like, my body's like, we don't want to lay down right now, you need to get up and move around. And it was very frustrating, because I'd go to bed and I'd be in bed tossing and turning, trying to get comfortable, trying to go to sleep, all the way till like 5 in the morning. And then I'll finally go to sleep, and then I'll end up waking up at like 9. And I'm just like, oh, why am I waking up right now? I'm like still so tired, and I'll try to go back to sleep, but my body won't let me go back to sleep. So then the whole thing starts over. I'm like even more tired the next time, because I only got like those 4 hours of sleep. I'm even more tired. I want to go to sleep, but then my body's like, it's been an endless cycle. And sorry, my nose itches. But last night, no, it kind of started doing that, and I was getting frustrated. I was on my the wedge pillow, and I was getting really, really frustrated. So finally I was like, screw it. I ended up laying on the other side of my wedge pillow, and I fell asleep on my side, laying just on my bed. And I gotta tell you, that memory foam that my mom in New Mexico got, so soft, so comfortable. It's helping so well. But where was I going with this? Oh yes, there's the drains. my doctor says I'm healing well on my chest. And then Friday I had another appointment the day after getting my drains removed. I had the appointment of radiation, of the radiation doctor. And then after that, I had my chemotherapy education. And radiation doctor pretty much was telling me what radiation does and where it will be at, and just telling me like worst case scenario side effects and some of the side effects that could happen. They're not as bad as chemotherapy, the side effects, she said, but you will feel tired, but not like chemotherapy tired. And she was just telling me like possible things that could happen. She said lucky enough that the breasts are like already on the outside, instead of like someone who has like cancer or like more inside of their body, the radiation would have to go through their lungs, through different other organs that would make them, that would have long-term effects down the road. But since it's on the outside, but one thing she did say is, since she showed me a picture of how they do the radiation with the breast, but I'm also going to be getting imaging done so they know exactly where to target the radiation specifically for me and know that it's safe. So I got to get imaging done, I believe. But she said with me, the worst possible, this is not the worst case scenario, sorry, possible things that could happen is the radiation going through. I could get rib fractures because the radiation's going through my ribs to get to that yeah. Is that what I said? Yeah, no, actually, yeah. And she said possible rib fractures, and also possible of it hitting like a little bit, the radiation hitting a little bit of my lungs, so I could develop really bad cough. I could get shortness of breath because of it. So, and she would give me, if that does happen, it's called something itis. I forgot the name of it. I was just like, it was a lot of information that day, both from the radiation and the chemotherapy education. But what she said was that she would give me steroids for that to help with the cough and with the shortness of breath if that does happen. And then she explained on the right side that it's the same thing, that it's going to be possible rib fractures and part of my lung. But then also she said the heart is right there, so that's why I have to get images done to see exactly where my heart sits, to see if my heart will be kind of hit by the radiation. So they just need to double check on that, because she said any of this stuff can happen later on, like a few years later after radiation's all done. So I could start getting rib fractures 3 years after I'm done with radiation, or the whole lung thing, or possibly anything with my heart. So she's going to check on that to see where my heart is exactly. But that radiation is at 6 weeks. I will be doing that for 6 weeks. And pretty much it's just targeting this area just to make sure. They're just pretty much taking every single precaution possible, every single test that they can possibly do without like damaging my body in the long run, like horribly, especially with all the chemicals I'm going to be pumped with already, all the radiation I'm going to be taking already. But they're just trying to do everything to make sure it does not come back, because chemotherapy, the way she explained it, chemotherapy can only do so much, and then radiation, for me, it's a 30% chance that it could come back. Or I believe, yeah, 30% chance of it can come back. And then by doing radiation, it lessens my percentage by 10% if I do the radiation. So it's just lessening the chances of it. And she did say, but yeah, that's all that she believes she said. And they're also doing it just to be careful, because I could develop cancer somewhere else. But I really like how they're taking all the precautions to do everything possible to make sure it does not come back. And they want to make sure that I'm like, it doesn't come back and later on in my life and I have to go through all of this again. And then chemo education I had after that, pretty much it goes over the port, what the port looks like. I do have to go into surgery tomorrow to get the port in because they put it in like in the artery, and it's like really tiny. It's like about that big, this big, and it's about, oh no, a little smaller. And it's like in a, like almost like a triangle. She showed me it, and I gotta get that in. And pretty much just going over all the side effects of these medications. It's like a big old packet and tells like each medication side effect. They all the 3 medications that I mentioned earlier, they pretty much all have the same side effect of losing my hair, nausea, vomiting, loss of appetite, low blood count, sore mouth, heart changes, diarrhea, constipation. Just, it's a lot of side effects that she said probably will happen. But I'm getting like medications to help with all those side effects, to help as much as possible with those side effects, because they want me to be as comfortable as possible and not have to deal with more than what I'm dealing with. And that's really nice of them. So they say if I feel like any type of pain, or if I'm tired, or just like, not if I'm tired, but if I can't sleep, or just different things, just to give them a call. If I feel like the slightest thing, give them a call. And that was pretty good. That's pretty nice of them. And let's see. And all these, I would be in the chemotherapy room for 3 hours, I believe. Or the first one, I'll be in there for 3 hours. The adriamycin. And then the cytoxin, I'll be, I believe, in there for 1 hour. And then the Taxol, I don't know how long I will be in there. But, and they tell me, and I'll get a low blood count. My immune system will not be strong. And, pretty much the way she explained it is, you know how when someone has a newborn baby, they don't want, that I'm not saying they don't want, but they're very cautious about sick people being around, going out in public, germs, different things that could be in the air. She's like, pretty much think of it as you are going to be the newborn baby of the family, because my immune system is going to be really low. My blood count's going to be really low. So she said hand sanitizer all the time, wash your hands. Washing your hands is the biggest thing. And wearing a mask if I do have to go out in public, just because of all the germs, other people's germs, different things like that. And if people do come over, always have hand sanitizer. Let people know ahead of time, like, hey, you need to be clean, hygiene-wise, and no sick people or anything like that. And she said if I do get a temperature over 100.4 to call them right away, because that's signs of an infection somewhere. And since my immune system, my blood count's already low, all that's going to be low, that infection could spread so quick that I would have to go to the ER, and they would have to figure out where the infection's coming from, fix it and all that, because it could just get worse in a matter of like minutes because it's so low. That's what she said. And Cytoxin has the same side effects as that. The one here, the Taxol, the last medication that I will be taking, it has different side effects that could possibly happen. Just a few of them. There's numbness or tingling in my extremities, which is basically, she said, in my fingertips or in my toes, like and it could spread to like the whole hand or to my whole foot. Fingernails or toes, I could lose my nails, but they will grow back. My nails could fall off. And aches and pains in my bones, because she said what pretty much chemo does, it kills fast acting cells, and that's pretty much like your nails, your hair, all that stuff. Like your immune systems are all fast acting cells and stuff like that. And that one. And then pretty much I got a chemotherapy resource guide, just like going all of it, contacting them, the do's and don'ts of chemotherapy, treatment checklist, side effects, different things, stuff, the oral care. I say to really keep my mouth clean. And then like my calendar. I have to get labs 2 days every time before I do chemo because they want to see what my blood count's like. If they don't like my blood count, I will not get chemo. They want to make sure I don't become anemic or anything like that. So I have a calendar for everything. All my medications I'll be getting: Zofran, Compazine, Dexamethasone. I don't know if I'm saying these right. And then the nausea stuff is like over the counter first. If they want me to try over the counter stuff first. And the treatment summary. And then I have the lady that did do the chemo education, her direct number, their 24-hour number if I do get an infection or I get a fever or just any questions I have. There's support groups in this thing, questions about the nutrition, patient portal, just everything, chemotherapy, informational videos. It's just a whole thing, a whole folder of it, and then you put it in this little bag that was cute. Just everything of that. And I start chemotherapy this Friday on the 17th. Surgery tomorrow. And I did have quite a good weekend. I hope everyone else did. My best friends came over. We celebrated my best friend's birthday. Made a cake. Sat around the fire pit. It was just nice to be able to relax like that and just be around them, laugh, listen to music, have fun, especially with everything that's going to be coming up now, the chemotherapy and everything, where it's going to wear my body out. And this was like a nice, just relax and having fun before all this starts to happen, before like all this pumping of chemicals in my body. But yeah, another thing, Tuesday, I don't know why I forgot almost, but my grandma's school, they're putting on a benefit basketball game for me, and we didn't even know about it. She didn't even know about it. They've been planning this for about a month. It's a lot of people involved, and it means so much to me. I started crying. I started bawling my eyes out because I didn't expect something like this. I didn't expect like this amount of people to know or that will know, and it's just amazing. And just want to show you the shirts that they made. It's Skyline High School, or Skyline Gila River, the Lady Mustangs. It says Hope for Jess right there. These are the t-shirts that will be on sale at the game. And if you're wondering what game I'm talking about, there's information on my Facebook page about it. It's going to be Tuesday at 5:30. Pretty much the crossroads are Riggs and Arizona Avenue, and the address is in there. Or if you want to message me, I can give you the address. But it's a benefit basketball game. Anything they make from that basketball game, including the pizza that got donated that they're selling, admission, they're going to be having a raffle. All proceeds are going to be going to me and my journey with breast cancer. And it's so amazing that they did this for me. And like I said, I was crying because just the stuff that they have made, stuff I'm hearing, it's truly an honor, and it's no words can explain how grateful and thankful and blessed I am to have these people do this for me and to make things a bit easier for me financially. And I just want to say thank you. If you do see this video, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Like, I don't know how many times I can say it. Just thank you. Like, when I first started this, I did want to just want to make an impact somewhere. And thank you again. Thank you from my family, and I thank you from me. Thank you from just the help that you guys are doing and putting the planning into this. So I'm gonna try not to cry, but I am doing better mentally and emotionally, as you can see. So much better, as like I said in my last video after the talk with my dad. And it's doing better, a lot better. I'm in a happier place. I'm just happy. It was those dang drains, I know it. But yeah, and a reconstruction surgery won't happen till probably like the end of this year, because I have to wait after chemo and radiation. So that's the downside of that. But I'm gonna still get my reconstruction surgery, just not right away. And thanks everyone for still following me this long. I know sometimes I can babble and it can be like, okay, just stop and tell us what, but thank you for following me. Thank you for watching my journey, following my journey. Thanks for helping any way possible. Words of encouragement when I felt low. Anything you guys do, messaging, checking up on me, or just even watching my videos, watching my journey, it means so much to me. And thank you for everyone. I just want to help someone who may be going through the same thing and they see these videos, and I want to let you know, if you are watching, you can get through it. You can do this. If I can do it, you can do it. And you are strong, you are beautiful, you will come out the other end of this stronger. And I just want to say that, and I will have a more in-depth video talking to those who might be going through this. Love you all.